Welcome back to Sands of Time. We are going to get started on the Cretaceous today, beginning with Utah Raptor, which is in this crowded dig site. Probably got a lot of extra junk to clear out. Also, I did not rest people, but that's fine. These two can go. So we're going to be going through a bunch of stuff there. We're not exactly swimming in cash right now, but we should be making plenty, I think. At least we won the dig site lottery here on the first go, getting the platinum. That helps finance the next round while I waste valuable money putting plants into the park. This early on, too, it doesn't really matter that we process specifically the Utah Raptor. So really, we should probably just optimize the extraction here. Doesn't matter much either. Do that. And back to the spot. We'll send out both of them, speed it up. Yeah, I'm putting in some extra calamites for decoration, but it's a bit pricey, you know? It's not cheap. I kind of like the vibe of like this entire, like the Permian into early Triassic out of the Devonian, like layer of the park having like a calamites forest kind of. I think that's fun. And that is what we're doing. Insufficient funds. Jeez. Yeah, we're not going any further than like this level, so we'll leave this up here like a desert. But I think this being a little primitive forest is fun. Like, you could have a pretty interesting park build. Like, if we had... It would be nice if we had, like, a wider range of paleo plants just for decorative purposes. Because, like, some of these plants are pretty distinctive, and, like, they really add to the ambiance of a park. Problem, too, is them being connected to animal needs. It'd be neat if we had, like, era-appropriate plants for every animal need, and not just, like, one or two plants to choose from for the needs. That'd be a cool way to expand the system in, like, you know, JWE3. It's a good way to, like, add decorations and decorations, too, right? Just more plant brushes with more interesting paleo plants. Yes, please. A weird thing I just learned, or just noticed, rather. Viewing gallery, viewing stand, lagoon viewing stand, 3 power. Regular viewing gallery, it's a feeder. Regular viewing gallery, 1. So, not only is it prohibitively expensive to research marine viewing gallery, it uses more power. Why? Why? Why is it balanced that way? Literally makes no sense. Even if the visibility is slightly larger than this, which I'm not even sure if it is, I like... It literally isn't. The only thing that makes it slightly bigger is that it snaps to the side. Is that even true? Like, I think the visibility arc is actually bigger on the ground one than on the lagoon one by like a small margin. You could see how when we slide this out here, it expands out versus the edge. Like if we're there, we get more on the sides here. And if you match the back end, you get more on the front arc. It's got a slightly different shape. Baffling. Absolutely baffling. Utah Raptor is from the very first subdivision of the Cretaceous, which is the Bariacean eon epoch. I forget the terminology. I cannot remember what you call the subdivisions of a period in geology. This is followed by the Valanginian, Valanginian. That one has no animals in the entire game that fall within that time period that I could find. So we'll be skipping that one. So, for Utah Raptor. Now, I made these guys an exhibit based off their real-life paleo environment, which was, shockingly, like most animals, a river delta, basically. Because that's where fossils preserve, generally speaking. You don't get jungle fossils, you don't get mountain fossils. Everything you get is from like a floodplain, river delta type environment or a desert. Those are like the two options. At least as far as I know. So, and that, because of that, I'm not really concerned about thirst. I give them an absolutely wild amount of water. Although they do have a high social gene, which I did not think of. So we'll do that. I can't remove intolerant. So we'll have to keep an eye on genome stuff for alphas here. But if we have humble and social high enough, these guys are only 7 anyway. This shouldn't be an issue. 9. Saves me... I mean, that saves me nearly 20k, not putting that last one in there. Sure, I'll skip it. Yeah, we can do these two, and then we have these two to hatch. Boom. Okay, so we jump over here to the far end of the park. This is the Cretaceous section of the park. We are building... We got the river delta for the Utahraptor, then the river itself thickens up back here for the herbivore paddock that we'll be putting in here, which will be a subdivision of, I don't know, 4 or 5 sections of the Cretaceous. And then we have a lake back here for when we get to some pterosaurs later on, which we might change this. This is TBD type stuff. Depends a little bit how big we make things. And then once we reach the corner, whatever we've got left, we might peel off in this direction and do the remaining sectors over here, which I have some ideas about how to do that. I'm a little bummed we couldn't keep the whole timeline of the park completely linear. And I mean, we haven't failed in that. Let's call it a sub-goal yet, but I don't think we could fit the entire Cretaceous period into this little wedge. But I think it'll be fine. I think it'll still be appealing. We'll just end up with like a J-shaped park for some reason. That's I don't know. That's the elbow of time, whatever that might be. Now let's take a look at these Utah. We're also going to need more power. Aggressive, social, humble, perfect alpha. 2 of them, 3 of them to compete with each other. Wow. Okay, fully aggressive Utahraptor pack of 4. Death Valley, Sonoran, Great Sandy. We got all 3 deserts. I think I like the 4. We just need to stock up $1 million. Okay, well, since we're waiting for money here, I'm going to go ahead and start digging up Disungoripterus, which can actually be done just by the cheaper expedition person for 126k a dig. So, like, this is a speed bump in terms of our actual, like, economy. We do need to make sure we clear out these excess fossils, though. And you do need to go on break, so there's also that. And we're doing a contract to breed Lystrosaurus 64 through 66. We're, you think we can hit triple digits on the Lystrosaurs before this park ends? Just off of bigger population contracts. That's the only reason I keep breeding these little dudes. It's because I got to keep making the territory bigger and bigger and bigger. So, I haven't gone ahead and decorated the exhibit here yet because, well, money is short. We do have a contract that we need our money for. We can't exactly do veg. This is the Utahraptor pattern we've chose, the one with the nice bluish purple feathers. Pelophylax, and then we got our Sonoran Desert skin, we got our Death Valley skin, which are actually strikingly different. Those two tend to be really similar. And then Great Sandy Desert. Yep, so all 3 desert skins, Great Sandy, Death Valley, Sonoran. No, Sonoran's the one that's usually very red. Death Valley is usually like Great Sandy. But they're pretty different here, I would say. But then actually the Great Sandy is very similar to Sonoran. Oh, they fucking bodied the shit out of that goat, as they do. Well, you have fun with that, Mr. Utahraptor. I think for the exhibit, we can decorate it just a tiny bit. What I want to do is do ginkgos.
On that last
Nice, there's the money.
You were directly over the
So,
top.
like, some stuff like that. Maybe not directly in front of the viewing gallery, which I just don't like to do aesthetically. But yeah, I'm thinking a ginkgo grove kind of vibe is interesting. I still have a little bit of money here. Of course, I just lost comfort info, so I can't tell if they're mad about how many trees I gave them. Make sure we check on that. Dusungoripterus is like technically ready to go, and so is Polacanthus, who's the animal that comes after Dusungoripterus, and we just need money. You know, a problem that we've been dealing with for a while. Finances, I can't tell. Maybe this is the new power generator. Maybe was before that. We didn't check it soon enough, maybe. Or maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be adding a power generator. Who knows? I have committed an oopsies. I just wanted to take pictures of my fish. How did I do this fucking Austin Powers bullshit? Alright, well, we'll just let you fix that yourself. Okay, so we are sitting here at what should be a pretty $2 million. So we could do Dusungoripterus. But there's a band-aid I've been meaning to rip off for this park. And that is a substantial redo of the amenities. Because we have just an awful hodgepodge of amenities. We've got like small ones here that are turned off, but like one here that's turned on. We've got mediums. We've got like a large tucked in over here. And that's not even it. Large tucked in over here. Yeah. Next to like mediums. It's a patchwork quilt of badness. So I think we're going to strip all of them out and maybe start building from like two ends of the park or something, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we start down here by the Dusungoripterus exhibit, or I mean the Dunkleosteus exhibit, and try to like get that area good and build back from that. I don't know. It's weird because like the amenities will adjust as you put in more. So I might have to try like, I might have to build two sets and like move them around the park to get started, and then the other one should fall into place after that a little bit. We'll see, but yeah. So I'm going to work on that for a while. All right, well, the rebuild has been fully attempted here. So, large amenity stripped here. We've cut the corners down here a little bit to reduce the path length around this in an attempt to increase ratings. It doesn't make much of a difference. Maybe it's a couple more people in the shops here. There's still some red demand down here on this strip, but it's not worth dealing with. Honestly, could move the park entrance closer. That might be worth doing. It might be worth just moving the park entrance up. No, we're gonna leave it. I'm not moving it up. I'm fine. It's like a couple percent, like 1 or 2% demand difference. It doesn't matter. Also, I kind of like the angled path here. It kind of reflects the angularity of the lagoon. So yeah, these are not fully full, which is a little awkward, but like, yeah, they're trying to service this whole section of the park, so I guess. And then we got a next set of 3 big amenities here with a nice little plaza there for a fountain and stuff, and yeah, that works. And then we had to patch the gap between the two. So rather than like, it didn't make any sense to try to move these around to cover this gap, since like this is one like middle junction and this is the next middle junction. That's a good spot for the amenities to be, to cover both, you know, the left and right hand sides of the park. Which means when we have gaps on these wider extensions, they kind of got to be covered by their own stuff. So over here we had bigger demands, probably because these guys are offset to the right hand side when you look at it this way. So these ended up being mediums, one of which is not at capacity, and then these ended up being smalls, one of which is over capacity. We have a bit of red here for food demand that can't be covered. But again, this is probably like less than 1%. It's a very small area. So that covers that pretty well. And then we go down here all the way past this for another set of large amenities, which are not at capacity yet, but of course this is the direction of expansion, so that's fine. So I'm thinking Dusungoripterus is going in here. Well, I'm not thinking. I know Dusungoripterus is going in here. So I should probably start building an aviary for it. I don't have much of a plan beyond wanting this to be a bit bigger aviary. So I think that's what we'll do. Also, thematically for the aviaries, it's kind of nice to go from like one to bigger to bigger, because that's what pterosaurs do. Pterosaurs start in the Triassic period, is pretty small little guys. And then they get bigger in the Jurassic, and then in the Cretaceous, they fucking explode, and you get Asdarchids. So having the aviaries reflect the increasing size of pterosaurs over time makes some sense. I like it thematically. I think it's neat. The Sungaripterus is Hauterivian. I have no idea how to pronounce any of these, and it's funnier to me if I don't look up pronunciations. I'm going to go with Hauterivian. That sounds good. That's got a good mouthfeel. Okay. And I picked a pattern. Great. There's definitely were a few that I didn't do, and that's got me confused now. I guess there's just the one that I didn't have something configured for. 9 versus 8. Is it worth pushing 9? Sure, it doesn't really matter. Alright. 1 flock of the Sungaripterus. And yeah, I wanted to do the hatchery in the back thing here and do like a 3-dome aviary, which meant I had to have a power in the back and a path going back there, and so I've kind of done... Why is that crooked? Don't look at that. So I put in another path. I like this path right on the where's the camera? I think having the path right on the fence is nice because if this was a real zoo, you could see the Stegosaurus. But unfortunately, paths don't have visibility in this game, which seems like an oversight more than anything. We can add that to the list of JWE3 features, viewing paths. But yeah. You get right nice up close view with those stegos if you want to go on the back path. It's perfect. Alright, we'll take a contract. Thank you. Silicosis is literally nothing except an annoyance. Give me a contract though. Don't let your guests get hurt. Why? That determines whether this entire endeavor. Wait a second. Safety rating wasn't going down previously in storms. We checked this. Clearly, that's not universally true. Well, that's weird. We definitely saw safety ratings was stable through sandstorms previously. I wonder... No, it can't be anything as simple as carnivore in the park makes them worried during sandstorms. Unless it's large carnivores, and it's been doing this since we introduced Megalosaurus or Allosaurus. I don't know. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that in the future, because that's actually a problem. I've seen the ratings dip, but I've always assumed that's because power went out. But no, yeah, shelters don't take power, so you never have your shelters lose power. The safety rating dip from the shelters being offline isn't a thing unless they're specifically sabotaged. Huh. Okay, here's what we're going to do. In future sandstorms, I'm going to look at the safety rating before I decide to close or open the shelters and see if it's dipping. We need to figure out if some sort of switch was flipped, either a bug was corrected on a reload, or there's differences in storms, which is a feature in this game. There are different storm types on a singular map. It's barely a feature, but it exists. It's noticeable on jungle, but it's entirely possible there's 2 types of sandstorms, and we just never noticed the distinction. So yeah, we'll try to get to the bottom of this new mystery. It's unfortunate that the state of this game is such that whenever you see something like this, you have to scratch your head and wonder if it's just a bug. Here's hoping JWE3 is less buggy. If it follows the progression from 1 to 2, 3 will be fucking unplayable. Because it'll be nothing but bugs. Okay, 5 eggs. Social humble sickly. Humble sickly. Do I care about the sicklies? Probably not. We'll take all 5. I'll take your full stock. Didn't check the social, so we might even need that larger group for all I know. Do these two. Okay, and we can do another dinosaur immediately after this, which is Polacanthus, and start the herbivore exhibit. After Polacanthus, it's a Margosaurus, which might already be done as well. Because we did that. Yeah, Amarga's done. Okay, and after Amargosaurus, it's Muttaburrasaurus, which also is not done. It's close to being done. Perfect. Go get me some Mutta. Some Mutta milk. That was a very shitty Firefly reference. Okay, well, there's the Muttaburra fossils pulled in. Frankly, we're like 3 dinosaurs backlogged. I could just not process these 2. We could go do one more dig for like Archaeornithomimus, which is the next animal. We're getting super ahead. Oh, which we don't have the dig site for. Well, after that, it's Microceratus, so fuck it. Let's just keep going. Yeah, you go do that. Rest. We don't even need to finish it. Just get some fossils in so it's not a complete waste doing the fossil processing. I forgot these guys had a pretty unique sound. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, well, Death Valley Calcarana. Calcarana's got this nice subtle blue spotting and this rust color added into. Blends in pretty nicely with that skin. Stands out a lot more on Sonoran Desert here. And on Death Valley, kind of in between the 2. Blends in pretty good on Death Valley. Oh, Great Sandy we never looked at. We looked at Death Valley. Well, there's the Great Sandy one. Okay, I just swore I saw the sun through his ear hole for a second. Like his head is hollow. Did anybody else see that? Wait, you see it? You see it? It's there. Does he have a hole through his head? I think it's just the reflections are weird, but it really looks like you're seeing through his head to the other side. There's nothing in there. Oh, you could see it too on the nose hole. But like, yeah, compared to like the gap in the beak, it really looks like you can just see all the way through his head. That's really funny. That's so funny. There's not a thought going on in that dome. That's what the hell. Also forgot how much of these guys look like they had like a fucking gremlin body. Look at those legs. Damn. Like the length of the lower leg looks like it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know the last time we actually ever used these guys. Also glitch on the wing. Shadow. The geometry there is like fucking broken. We'll just boil that down to the particular, maybe the exact spot we pause it on in his flapping cycle or the orientation of his model. Yeah, I don't know. There's something kind of unsettling about how lanky these guys are. Weird. Anyway, they need rock and sand. Cool. At least we get to do something with this exhibit, I guess. So, sandy rock pit seems to be what it's going to be. Sorry, is there veg in here? No, I just didn't get full sand, I guess. Alright, well, some big rock. Oh, they don't even need that much. Okay, well, a couple of rock. And social, yeah, plenty for 5. Well, in terms of their other environmental needs, I'm not really inclined to spam dinosaurs beyond the initial clutch at this stage of the park. Yeah, so these guys, we could have like 15 in here or something, probably crazy. Because the area is, well, no, probably, well, shit, how do you run this backwards? Maybe we could only add like 3 or 4 more. Never, you know what, doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. We're not adding anymore. I'll add more for animals that feel like they should have more, but otherwise we're going to leave it at that. I'm tempted to put a perch in here, but I think I like the idea of keeping the exhibits in this park natural completely. So I think we'll just let them perch on the rocks. I think we can consider this done. There's only so much you can do with aviaries, especially because terrain lowering and stuff gets fucking buggy and weird. So unless you make a giant aviary, it's just this. That's all. We'll try to do more with some of the later aviaries that are going in the park. There's at least 2 more spoilers. Really? How are this many of you fucking dying? Okay, that's because you're still not dealt with. Are you bugged? No, you're actually moving. Consider me shocked. Eat the goat! Good boy. You did it. Also, fucking skin was this? Death Valley Pulcrana. That's a great skin. I said that before, because obviously we checked all the skins. Wait, was I randomizing these completely? No, these are completely random. And I've just been releasing more. It's entirely possible... Well, the patterns are random. It's entirely possible we never saw that particular combo, actually. Whatever. Nice, natural-looking combo. I like it. This is specifically 25. Yeah, so this is, like, 3rd batch. This guy was probably released off-screen. So you know what? This might be the first time we're seeing this. That's a really good skin. I think that's really good. I really like... I think these colors go together great. Like, the striping on the tail into, like, the body patterning. The way the neck looks with, like, these bands. Is it just me, or is this skin, like, freaking great? Like, natural looking. I want to see his face. Does he have a snout color? I can't fucking tell. The camera won't let me get that close. Stop eating the goat. You have a tiny tummy. You should be done. Well, no, you guys tend to starve. You have morose disease, so I don't think I want you to stop eating the goat. I just want to, oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Wow, look at him launching himself, too. That is a sick fucking pose. What the shit? That goes so hard. He's, like, done eating. He's just leaping into the fucking distance to go run away. That's got little dude energy all over it. Yeah, he's got, like, a tiny splash of, like, aquamarine or blue-green on the snout. That's really cool. No, I like this one a lot. That's fantastic. Yeah, he does like a little hop away from the carcass. Oh, that's so cool. I never noticed that. That's fantastic. And then he walks around and comes right back for more. Why are you doing this? Okay, we can watch it. We can watch it in slow-mo, maybe. Oh. I wonder if that's like anything the copy does, or if that's a completely new animation. I don't know. Because if that's like something the copy does, I just maybe haven't paid enough attention to them when they kill and eat a goat, which is entirely possible. Huh. All right. Pretty cool. All right, I gotta build this exhibit and get ourselves some herbivores going. I guess actually, let's get the herbivore set up, and then I can do that whenever. So, what did we say it was? Polacanthus, and then Amarga, and then Mutta, Archornithomimus, and Microceratus. Don't know if all 5 of those fit in the same exhibit, because I'm not sure. I think Microceratus had weird likes. We might need a separate Microceratus exhibit, which honestly, not mad about it if that's the case. They can have their own little dude exhibit. We can do like a really tiny, like, well, not like really tiny, but a tiny, like, perfectly scaled exhibit for like 15 Microceratus or something. That'd be pretty cool. All right, Polacanthus. Random favorite. Pulcrana pattern has been selected. Again, I don't think I actually care that much about Thirsty. Some Humble. 1 pip of Social. Yeah, definitely keep the Thirsty. Probably not going to have that many of these guys, so if they end up being suboptimal in terms of alpha, it's probably not a big loss. Yeah, I think we'll worry about it. All right, 3 Polacanthus. I don't see a reason not to take all of them. Thirsty's not even a problem. Yeah. I could use you up and get you on a break here. Let's do that. So, there's that. We have fossils that have come in, but let's get the Amargas first. Margosaurus. So, Polacanthus is Beremian, and Amargosaurus is Aptian. For the record. Random favorite, Pulcrana. We'll do this and this. 2 modifications. Really, my dudes? Might not do too many of these guys. What's the clutch size? 1 to 2. So 2 Amargosauruses, then yeah, humble, don't need social. Get rid of the negatives. It should be enough. I mean, we got a humble defensive docile alpha for this squad, so I mean, that's something. Different skin colors too, yellow and brown. Alright. I'm down. We have the money for it. They can just come right out. Will actually be done before the Polacanthus, but on principle, we'll release the Polacanthus first. Is this, oh, not a Stegosaurus. That is a Lystrosaurus, that is. Dehydrated and starving? Oh. Okay, what the fuck? Ooh. So the game almost crashed. I was gonna flip my lid. It's been a while since the game has crashed, actually. So that's making me scared. I mean, it's been a while since the game has crashed, so it shouldn't crash, right? Right? This is our batch of fossils. The Microceratus uses just the regular Ceratopsian fossils, which is pretty funny. They did not give him his own vibe. Poor guy. I'm not surprised. Not at all. Okay, Polacanthus are flying over. 1, 2, and just about 3. We'll worry about doing any further decoration of the exhibit once the animals are settled in and comfy. So for now, it's a barren pit. We'll fly over there with these Amargas and take a look. I've put down dirt for nice, organic, comfy vibes, even though the dirt texture is awful in this game, on this map, this specific biome. Look how regular the spacing is on like these little pits, and you can see all these gradient lines. It's such a bad texture, like shockingly bad. None of the other ground textures are that bad. Like, look at the sand. Actually, this is dirt 2. This is the other dirt, or dirt 1 or something. Just this one. But once we have plants over, you don't notice all those imperfections, and it looks fine for the most part. So, we'll get there. This is the Microceratus exhibit, because the Microceratus do not like anything beyond Ceratopsians and Lystrosaurus, which is fun. So we're going to end up putting them in their own little side exhibit, which is this. It'll be a nice little, I don't know, petting zoo vibes. Plus, I kind of like the idea of this, like, diamond-shaped exhibit as an extension off of the other herbivore exhibit. And they, like, connect up, right? It's kind of a vibe. The rest of this is pretty square, but in this case, definitely, like, the theme of the exhibit is this river delta system we put in here. So I'm not even that, I don't mind the square here that much. Plus, at this point, we've stayed away from the squares pretty well. I think we're allowed to, you know, treat ourselves and have a square and a mostly square exhibit in the park. There won't be probably any more squares after that, at least not like that. Also, I redid the lake. So after we get the Microceratus into his own little side exhibit, we have 5 remaining dinosaurs slash fish slash pterosaurs. So we'll have 2 aviaries here on the lake, and then a small exhibit and a big exhibit. And I think the Megalodon will have to end up going over here in its own thing. So we'll stay away mostly from the J-shaped thing I was worried about. And it'll be pretty close to like its own thing. Also means like this park I think is definitely over the hump. Because we've been cooking with gas today. The last video, right? I mentioned some timestamps during recording. And we hit like, I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours by the end of that single video. Like right now we're at 2 hours. Like this is not a quick video, right? I've cut out, you know, 80% of what's happened here, but it hasn't been as dull. Like the 80% I've cut out is me like designing exhibits, redoing the amenities, you know, waiting for expeditions to finish, doing contracts, taking pictures around the park for money. Whereas like the last stream was a lot of me just going like this or going like, where's my phone for a prop? Pretend this is a phone and not an ancient iPod, or me going like this, or me just like browsing Reddit on my computer and another screen while I just wait for money. So hopefully we don't reach that stage anymore. That being said, there are a few expensive things near the end of the park. We're in a nice cheap segment right now with these herbivores and Dusungoripterus and even Utahraptor comparatively. That's not going to last. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Well, I guess there's not really an eye to keep on that. We'll have to just see what happens. There's our Polacanthus. So, this is Sonoran Pulcrana. I think this is a pretty damn good looking skin for an Ankylosaur in this game. Probably said as much on Polacanthus before, but yeah, they don't get much better than this. There are some things that are better than this, but I mean that restricts us to like Euoplocephalus and Minmi, which are ooh, oh, that's so gross looking. What the fuck is this? Frontier, what the fuck? How is that allowed? Well, that's the grossest thing I've ever fucking seen in this game. Holy shit. Never mind. Fuck the Polacanthus. Never use them. That's so gross looking. Well, this one's Great Sandy Pulcrana, which is not as good looking as the Sonorans. As long as you ignore the horrible rigging. This one's doing it too. Wait, I've never seen this before. This guy is rigged so poorly. What the fuck? Ugh. Well, goddamn. Okay, well, this is not something we're adding for aesthetics. This is the only Ankylosaur I could fit in the park's timeline, so not getting changed. Yeah, that's disgusting. All right, put in a nice little strip of veg here. Maybe another little strip over here. We'll mix some other stuff in as we add the other animals and see what kinds of vegetation they need. For now, these guys are pretty damn chill, other than their horrible rigging. Yeah, look, every time it actually swivels, it just breaks. Has it always been this broken? Has the Polacanthus been this fucked and I've never noticed? Or is it like, did this happen at some point in the game's development cycle? Like the rigging broke on this and I just never caught it until now? Oh, I'm never going to be able to unsee this. Like, even when he's walking, you can tell where the seams are in his skeleton. Like, this plate, and then, like, this section is all that moves. Oh, God, yeah. Every time he turns even slightly, you can see it break on the edges. Oh, man. I like Polacanthus. This is really ruining this shit for me. Oh, there's a little bit of a give in the middle. Why is this joint here only flexed slightly? And then this is like an infinite nightmare void, and this is a nightmare void. Weird. Weird, 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 weird. Well, whatever. Are the Amargas down yet? Yes, they are. Both of them. This is always a pretty good Amarga skin. Great Sandy Pulcrana. Amarga's not an amazing looking creature, but this I think is one of the better ones. Death Valley Pulcrana, not bad either. You guys are ground fiber. So we'll toss some of that in there. Maybe blend it a little bit, you know, into the other things. A little bit here, a little bit on this side, and a little bit on this side. We'll blend some other stuff in as like need be. Maybe toss a little bit around like that. And more fiber. Just like that. And then we'll put in maybe some other plant types just for fun. Like there should be some ginkgos in here. Put in, toss a few ginkgos scattered around, which gives us absolutely nothing that they can actually eat. We just want some trees, that's all. And cycads as well should be present at this point. I mean, cycads are still alive today, so there should definitely be some stands of cycads. Not calamites. Seed plants, maybe start cropping up here too a little bit. Sprinkle some in around the existing trees. Add a little bit to the groves. Okay, yeah, that gives a like a kind of a Savannah River vibe or something maybe. A little bit more stuff there, a little bit more stuff here. Some down here. Yeah, I think I'm pretty content with that. All right. Yes. World Marketing Tour. $1 million publicity rating unavailable. Go for it. Shoot your shot. Okay, so that was our cheaper expedition person. So we ain't doing any expeditions for the meantime. We have Metaburosaurus. Then there was a gap. And the gap was Archaeornithomimus. So we should push towards that. Which is not blocked by much of anything. Get cheaper research. There's that. Okay, knock you out real quick. Alright, 5 herbivores in the pen. Everybody happy. In terms of ratings, I hope this is just bonus. No config issues. Ratings are good. Visual check on food and drink. Oh, because they're like not visible. Yeah. We'll fix that. Alright, Metaburosaurus. Random favorite. Pelophylax. Boom, boom. 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 I don't actually care about thirsty. These guys, I do feel like should be a bit more populous in the park. So I think I'll do 2 clutches of these guys while we work on other stuff. Especially because I can't do any expeditions right now anyway. Might want to pivot over and do research and get Archaeornithomimus unlocked before this person's back from their marketing tour. But yeah, we're going to be here for a moment. I kind of want to get the Microceratus out today. I'm not going to lie. I forgot these guys were only 4. Not going to lie. I also didn't remember that. So yeah, why don't we do that? We'll get 8 Metaburas. We'll get the Archaeornithomimus research done, and we can push out basically all these little herbivores that we've been working on in one swift episode. That will not be swift at all because it's 40 minutes. Well, I'm still stuck here waiting for this person to get back. We're getting close. So I'm going to knock out Marodactylus as the prereq to Thanatos Dracon. Which I don't want pinned because that's obtrusive. We've got the microfossils dug up, so this is ready to go whenever we want to pull the trigger on the last bit of it. But we'll wait. We need Archaeornithomimus first as a game rule, so that's what it is. Metaburas! These guys are pretty cool. We always like these guys, but we never get a good opportunity to use them, so it's nice that they get to contribute here. I think they were a little prettier in the first game, maybe, but they're still pretty good. So this is Sonoran Pilo. We got a Great Sandy Pilo. And a Sonoran Pilo. I do like the splash of blue on the like yellow nose stripes. Actually, green on the arms, I never really noticed. That's kind of neat. Having a like a unique color patches on the arms. I actually really like that. That's like really cool. Because that works as like a signaling thing. It's like the Carnotaurus in Prehistoric Planet. I never noticed that. That's pretty sick. The same green that like outlines these little splotches on the tail and back. Which are also pretty cool. They feel a little like painted on. I think it's the border that does it. I think having that border color around the pattern makes it look weird and painted on. But if they blended better, I think the stripes would look a little bit better. Still a good animal though. One we don't see too much. We also can do the research for Tyrannosaurus, who's actually... The only problem with Tyrannosaurus and Tarbosaurus is the unlock condition being fights. The cost, actually nicely cheap in the research tree for once. So we get that. Thanatos is 12, so we can't do that yet. Archaea was 12, so we couldn't do that. Tarbosaurus, and then Megalodon, which is here, which we've got the prereq already done. Well, now that the whole staff is back, we can actually do this research. 5, 4, 3. Boom. Oh, I forgot to say what time frame Metaburosaurus is from. Metaburosaurus is Albion. I repeat, this is our Albion dinosaur. And I believe our research just popped, which means it is time for us to go to the field to lovely Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, I mean. Is the other one Kazakhstan? I thought it was Kazakhstan. Wait, is it only one? Wait, I thought there was two. Am I stupid? Well, this is why we never use Archaeornithomimus, because it confuses me on geometry, I guess. Well, anyway, we'll go to Uzbekistan and Bisekti to get this. Why did I think it was a Kazakh dinosaur? Huh. I am genuinely confused by my stupidity. I was right that there is a second dig site. Also, fucking eggs for days. Let's go. Egg. I do love egg. And 6 and a 5. Wait. Perfect. Flawless. And everybody else needs to go on a vacation. Understandable. Carry on. Boom, boom. Yeah, the other dig site is in China. Oh, there. Yeah, you're in Debasu. Archeor shares it with Giganoraptor and Velociraptor. I guess I just didn't go over that far. Alright, well, whatever. Is there any Kazakhstan dig sites? No. We get Russia for Loro, Uzbekistan for Bisekti. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just mixed up the stands. It happens. So I'm going to dig up the rest of the Archaeornithomimus so we can get them out real quick, and then get the Microstratus out real quick, and wrap up all the little dudes this episode. I forgot about my whole safety rating thing. I've gotten so used to this park not opening the shelters. But yeah, we did take a hit to safety rating. So, I don't know. Maybe it takes a moment to kick in, and I just didn't give it enough time to see it reduce. And it's always been reducing, but like the storm starts here, and I check here, and it's still 100. No. So I sent out our 7 logistics on a dig by himself while we rested cheaper expeditions, which actually puts us into a position to do the Thanatos Dracon research. So we'll get that knocked out. So, Archies. These are clutch size of 8. We're going to do, I guess, just 16. Volcrana random. None of this. Might let you keep the large appetite. We'll see where we get. Well, no, we can remove it. They have enough genome. We could actually just... 50% sickly is kind of obnoxious, too. Let's do that. Sure. Whatever. 9. So we'll get this batch, and then hopefully we can hatch with the other 2, and then do a second batch right away. We'll see. I do want to get 16 out right away, though. Alright, Archaeornithomimus are on the way. It is night out. So, might not check them out till daytime. They have some decent colors. It'd be good to take a look at what I had selected weeks ago. Microceratus is next. Archaeornithomimus specifically is Cenomanian, and Microceratus is Turonian. Sonoran, Death Valley, Great Sandy. Interesting that Death Valley for Micro appears to be distinctly white. Which is a bit of a break from some of the other ones. We'll grab all the patterns here for these guys. Let's make sure we try to get their genome pretty good. Because I would like a dumb amount of these fellas if we can swing it. which might require a greater redesign of the exhibit, which is something I'd be willing to tinker with. I certainly think I want to get, like, every pattern into the park, probably. Let's use you, and then you can go on a break. Then we can do a second batch or whatever. 4.9 stars. We might hit a star rating here on these Archaeornithomimus. 3 amenities need to perform better? Probably not really true. Okay, you want the tiniest bit of fucking yellow. You're killing me. You want yellow and green. I cannot do this for you. I'm sorry. Literally impossible, friend. I'm not going to look at the rest of them. As long as the large ones are good, I don't care that much. Smaller ones probably can't be configured to be profitable without doing much else. It's maybe getting light enough to see what's going on here, but I think we'll hold on. Fucking forgot that these guys are aggressive. Which is very silly. At least we've got their own exhibit for them to be aggressive in. I actually don't care about aggressive versus intel. I wonder if they'll attack the jeeps? Clearly a weird coding thing here. With whatever dinosaur they copy-pasted to make this one. They did something weird. Okay, so if I hatch these now... Yeah, I guess... So I should have done it backwards, because then we could have sent the second batch while that happened, but whatever. Are you going to die? Buddy? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, it should be bright enough out. Look at some Archies. So, we've got... Oh, look at that fella. I like him. I think this is an underrated dinosaur in this game. People really hate the Archaeornithomimus. I think his colors make up for his weird fucking body shape. And it is a weird, fat hamburger fried chicken body. I don't know what you... It is very strange. He's shaped like almost perfectly round. I think it would be funnier if he was perfectly round. Just put a little hump on the back here. Just make him weird round chicken. Sonoran Desert Pulcrana. Pretty good. Okay, I was going to say, are they all Sonoran Valley? There's Death Valley. So that's also solid. The rotation. It was Death Valley, Sonoran, and Great Sandy Desert. So that is the gray guy. But still, the white and blue banding, pretty good. It's the kind of thing that kind of works with any base color. Ooh, and look at the pink and blue on the eye. Under-fucking-rated. Could be better, but still underrated. Why do we not have a feathered Nithomimus so proper in this game? Where's our Nithomimus? Just put the the fucking prehistoric planet Ornithomimus in this game, please. With the haircut. I love his fucking dude. It's so good. That'd be great. Okay, so those are the Archies. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how many micros could fit in that pen, but we might only get the one clutch. So I guess then it makes sense that we're only hatching one kind of here. This merits inclusion. It's the first time we looked at this. Thanatos Dragon is from the Plotier Formation in Argentina. I assumed it would have been up in like Romaldo material, but it's not. I guess these are all early Cretaceous. I don't know if Asdarchids were around in the early Cretaceous, so this might be a later time frame, which makes sense because like Giga's here. Actually, is Giga early? Carnotaurus is late. So yeah, La Colonia is late Cretaceous, so this makes sense being in the southern part of the continent. 8. Not even that bad. Not that expensive. Seems pretty okay. Why, got one micro. One itty-bitty little guy. One Microceratus. This is Sonoran Rana to start with. Rana is a pretty nice little, like, cherry red pattern. I like the little embellishment here along the side, too. There's, like, this little outline, kind of almost deeper part there. Ground fiber, ground leaf. We'll put in a bit and we'll see where we can get. A little bit of ground leaf. A little bit of ground fiber.
Delivery has been completed.
Throw it around the lake. Number 2 is Death Valley Lethal Baits. Oh, hey, 5 stars. Anyway,
And we'll take our victories where we can find them. Nice job.
thank you, Dua. Yes, we're continuing. That, folks, is a hard challenge. 18 hours, 43 minutes. Hard challenge. So obviously they'll never fix custom challenge mode parameters. Anytime. Oh, why is your mouth so fucking weird? What is he hiding in there? Teeth? I think it's his teeth. But it really looks like there's like something hidden inside inside his mouth. The white and green like spearmint Microceratus is interesting. Not my favorite, but you know. That's Death Valley Lithobates. Little yellow is interesting. It's a very unique color combo. So even if it's spearmint's not my favorite, props for the uniqueness. This one's got a nice splash of blue and purple on the frill with Sonoran for a muddy brown base skin. Unfortunately, all the desert skins are what we're going to get. But that's good. It leaves us some skins to look at in future parks. You know? Something to come back to later. Number 4, Death Valley Rana. So Death Valley Rana, Pulkrana, Lithobates Rana. And we're missing the last skin colors. So we got some stuff to see. Well, let's get the rest of these on the ground. Alright, fossils. Thanatos Dragon gives us a fair large set of fossils there. Actually, could it be complete? Like a lot of DLC creatures, no bonus fossils for money. We will process this on her because we got the other team working on our guys. No, it's not done. There's still like 1 bone left, which means that improved dig yield does nothing there for you. It's just bad. 2, 1, 0. Yeah, so these guys with their environmental needs looks like they'll work out pretty well. They're large range guys. Oh, you know what? Can they be in tall and aggressive? Because that might mess up dominance. Might have to sell somebody. Oh, might have to send a Microceratus to the dog food factory. We'll make the special pug dog food. Buy pugs for pugs. Made of pugs. That's what this little guy is. He's a pug. Sonoran Desert Pulkrana. So then Death Valley Lethal Baits. We saw Lethal Baits. Sonoran Pilophylax. Ooh, yeah, that one's sick. Green, red, and yellow. Guys, the whole goddamn Crandrel. What's a Crandrel? What am I talking about? Death Valley, Sonoran, Death Valley, Sonoran, Sonoran, Death Valley, Sonoran. How in the fuck? Did I miss one? No Great Sandies. What the fuck? Well, that's a special surprise for next time then. Great Sandy Desert, next episode. And if we don't get any in the second clutch, which I didn't pay any attention to, we'll force breed one. Well, this episode's been extra long, but I wanted to get these guys out. We'll end it here. The next 2 will be shorter. Probably a good bit shorter, but whatever. It made sense to break here for clickbait thumbnail reasons.